Hello, hello. Just doing a mic test. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, just let me know. Okay, I'll try to change the mic a bit. Because it seems like this mic is a bit soft. Hello, hello, hello. What does mixed revision means? It means today we're just like doing revision for the whole year for P5. Yeah, we're gonna mix all the topics together and just go through. Of course, this is just a 1 hour session, so we can't really go through too much. Okay, we got echo. I think it's still fine. I'm just on a single microphone, so yep. Okay, it's not gonna be like crystal clear, but let's keep it this way. Or should I put on my wireless mic? I don't know. I'm very afraid of like changing the mic now. Let me just try. Doesn't matter. Okay. Hi Sam. Okay. Connected. Okay. I need to unplug it probably and turn it on. Oh no, but where is my stand? Hold on, huh? Okay, haven't used this mic for quite a while, but device not connected or available. Oh, okay. I think this mic is not working, so I better unplug it. Unfortunately, there's no Kahoot today. Was there Kahoot yesterday, or when was it? I don't remember. Okay, I think I'll just leave the mic like this. Okay, and then before we start, right? Okay, got to run some ads. Okay, although not a lot of us here, but okay. Those of you who are P6, and if you need some last minute revision, right? I think by now you should have gotten back your prelim results, right? You need some last minute revision, some guided assessment, some extra push. Okay, you might want to consider attending our PSLE online booster, which is next week from 8 to 10, right? So for English, mathematics, and science, I'm sure you know who is hosting you for science, right? It's teacher Jody, right? So she is going to, I think if you've attended her live, you will know how she teach, right? And if you like the way she teach, do sign up for her live. Sorry, not sign up for her live. Sign up for her PSLE online booster program also. And then for English, it'll be teacher Arena, and mathematics, it'll be teacher Felicia, right? So it's all the teacher that you're broke, but your parents are probably not broke. Of course, as P5, P6 kids, I'm sure. But nowadays, the kids are very rich, right? Okay, like I asked my students, like my students are attending a Blackpink concert, like wow, like $200-300 dollars ticket. Livia, very familiar, but I don't remember. This is your second account. I don't remember what's your first account. Charlene, you got AL6 for the prelim. I think try to work hard and try to push yourself through to the AL5. I think AL5 will be pretty worthwhile, right? Athena, yes. Okay, I remember. Okay, Sam Pei Fong, you did well. Okay, only AL4. I think if you're in AL4, also the next grade will be just 5 marks difference, right? So again, just try not to make too much like careless mistake, too many careless mistake. I think you should be good to like jump at least 1 grade also. Okay, AL15. What is AL15? Or in total? Scare me like, okay, in total, so it is about 3 and 4. Yeah, about 3 and 4. Okay, mixture. Okay, anyway, let's slowly get started, right? I think it's already 3 minutes. Okay, right. I hope my microphone is like working well. Capybara, you got AL4 for science. AL12 in total. Okay, that looks like pretty good result. Okay, so Okay, I hope you all can see because today like Capybara, I think you're fine. You're not cooked unless you're aiming for AL1. Then you're like quite far away from AL1. All right. But okay, let's get started with the question one first. All right, and then after that, then we slowly chit chat and go through today's session. All right. Question one shouldn't be too difficult. Okay. So JV wanted to carry out an experiment, okay, to find out if overcrowding affects the growth of plants. So in any experiment, right, the first thing you need to look out for is, of course, what's the change variable and what's the measured variable and a few constant variables. Okay, so I'm not going to go through those first. Okay, he listed the following variables below. So here are like A, B, C, D, E. Okay, the variables are number of seeds, amount of water, size of container, height of plants, and the type of seeds. Okay, the question is asking which of the following variables does he need to keep constant, right, to ensure a fair test. So if you're looking for the constant variable, right, just identify the changed and the measured variable. So typically, in a statement in the question, right, they will tell you what is the aim, right? The aim is over here, right, to find out if overcrowding. So there's a few ways to like determine overcrowding. So one of the ways is to change the number of seeds, right? So the number of seeds, you try to change it. Okay, make that the change variable. You can do like maybe 2 setups. Okay, 1 and then 2, right? So same size, and then after that you put some seeds, right? So maybe 1, let me think, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then the other you put lesser, right? The other you just put, how many is a good number? Okay, let me just put 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So number of seeds is the change variable. Yes, Vion, that's very good. Height of the plant is the measured variable. So to measure the growth, right, probably you need to measure, right, the height. Okay, so we know that this is the changed variable, right, number of seeds. Amount of water you probably want to keep constant. Okay, B. Then size of the container you probably also want to keep constant, right? That's why I drew the same size, right, the container. Height of the plant is something that you can't keep constant because that is your measured variable, right? This is your measured variable. Oh, sorry, I point wrongly. Okay, so it's over here, right? Measured variable. Type of seeds, okay, definitely you must keep the same, right? So the things that you need to keep constant is B, C, and E. Okay, B, C, and E will be option 3. All right, shouldn't be too difficult. I think by now, even if you are in P5, okay, you should know what is your changed variable, measured variable, and constant variables, right? Be able to identify a few constant variables. Okay, then you are probably quite good. I wouldn't say very good, but quite good in your science already, on the way to become very good. Okay, any question? Oh, Vion, you're asking what is the price of the PSLE book. You can go to the website, right? Okay, go to the AGrader website and then go to the programs. You'll be able to see the PSLE booster program. All right. I don't remember, but I do remember it's not very expensive to sign up for one subject. Okay, today there's no Kahoot Capybara, so unfortunately, yep. My next Kahoot will be many weeks later. I think it's week 48. Sorry, not 48. Is it 48? No. Yep, many weeks later. Shani got AL6 in total. AL6 for 4 subjects. That is like super duper good. Okay. Oh my goodness, like you must be like they call like the what's my name? Oh, you can call me teacher KH, or like just call me teacher or Mr. Lim, or my surname is Lim, right? So doesn't matter because usually students don't remember my name. Okay, any question? No question, right? I think just now that question number 1 is quite easy. We go through one more. Straight away can tell why is lungs because blood from white is richest in oxygen. Okay, Bjorn, right, very good. Yes, Capybara. Okay, whenever you deal you're dealing with this kind of question, right? Diagram below shows the direction of blood flow in the human body. Okay, so if you don't know what to look for, right, then you'll be very lost. But if you know what to look for, you will be like Beyond. Was it Beyond who said like straight away? Yep, okay, you'll be like Beyond who straight away know that why the lungs. Okay, I'm gonna trust you and say that this is the lungs. Okay, lungs. Okay, where because the first clue is this, right? Blood rich in oxygen is coming out. So the function of the lungs is to take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide, right? So oxygen will come in from the surrounding, right? I'm gonna write the short form O2. Okay, and then okay, rich in oxygen will go to X. So X also, you probably know what is it, right? Okay. Okay, so probably you know that X is gonna be the heart, right? Okay, so that is just a guess, but probably we won't be that wrong. Okay, then after that, it will, the blood that is rich in oxygen, I'm gonna try and highlight it in purple. Okay, it is going to go to, okay, the rest of the body. So probably this one is the rest of the body, all right? W is the rest of the body. Yes, Faith. All right. So then after that, the blood that is okay. Then what process will happen at W? Right, respiration. Right. So they will go through respiration. Okay, and then after that, the oxygen will be used up. Then okay, I got confused for a while. Okay, then the blood that is gonna flow back, right, towards the lungs will be the blood that is poor in oxygen and rich in carbon dioxide, right? So all this carbon dioxide will flow towards the lungs, and then all the carbon dioxide will get out. Okay, then that's when you exhale. Just don't need why already. Lungs only got one option, lungs. Oh, okay, so very smart way to do your MCQ, right? So by elimination, right? Okay, who was the one? Capybara, right? Okay, so only, right, if you look at option Y, okay, only the first one has got lungs, right? So the rest are wrong. Yes, okay, very smart way. Remember when you're doing your MCQ, especially those who are going through your PSLE, right? You're gonna be doing 28 MCQs, and that is a lot of MCQs. Okay, so you must learn some tricks to help you sieve through the question quickly and pick out all the info that you need quickly. All right, because if you read through each and every word in the MCQ, you're gonna get exhausted very quickly. Okay. Okay, so answer is definitely number one, but we know that X is the heart, right? So remember to eliminate or highlight your options. Okay, you cannot, you shouldn't be highlighting. So just put a simple tick and you don't need to cross it, right? And you know the answer is definitely number one, okay? Okay, Shalin, you got AL1 for science, AL1 for Chinese. Then what are you doing here, AL1 for science? Just having fun. Skip answer. Wait, what skip answer? Hello, ZZZ. Okay. I need one more mark for math to get AL1. Okay, wow, so many people got AL1 for science. Okay, well done, well done. Okay. 89, not AL1. Yup, unfortunately. But I think it is, you stand a good chance, right? 89, okay? Just be more careful. Okay, I don't think it matters if you are smart or dumb. I think we're all here to with different purposes in life, right? So just try your best, even if your best is not AL1, AL2, you know. What's most important is you work hard, I think. And if you work hard, you will be appreciated. Okay. Okay, let me just again, right, before we go into the next question 3, I'm gonna run some ads again. Okay. All right, so PSLE will be in a few weeks' time, and then next week is the 1 week holiday, right? So 1 week holiday. If those of y'all are like P6, what? Wait, hold on. Wait, someone said something which caught my attention, but my mouse scroll is very fast. How motivating. Okay, never mind. Yeah, my mouse scroll is a bit too fast, but it's okay. Yep. So if you need like some last minute revision, right? Especially if you're short of 1 mark to get your AL1, so you might want to consider attending our PSLE online booster program, right? It's an online program, so you will be at the comfort of your home, and then it's only for 1 day, right? So okay, 1 day run through everything, right? Like I always prefer to like just do all the hard work in 1 day. Then after that, you can rest for the next day. All right. So science will be by teacher Jody, mathematics will be by teacher Felicia, and then English will be by teacher Arena, right? So I'm sure you all have seen them in action during our TikTok live session. Okay, so you know how they teach. If you like the way they teach, okay, do support them, right? You can find out more about the courses in the AGrader website. All right. Good. Mia got AL5. Mia, are you like my student in my Sengkang class? If you are Mia, you're my student in my Sengkang class and you got an AL5, I will be very happy. But okay, anyway, let's run through this question 3. All right. Okay, diagram below shows pictures of the same area taken in year 2021 and 2022. Okay, so this is the key, right? So you need to figure out, okay, the white color triangle is the adult plant. The shaded one are the young plant. Okay, direction of wind and water is not very clear. I'm gonna try and highlight the wind as yellow. Okay, direction of wind is here. Direction of water, I'm going to highlight it as blue. Okay, direction of water is here. All right. Okay, so actually no, there's no color today. Okay, so the question is asking you which of the following is likely to be the fruit of plant Q. Okay, so let's take a look at Q. Right, Q is positioned over here. Right, I'm gonna write a Q inside, so it's okay. It's a bit too small, so never mind. I'm gonna squeeze it in. Okay, and then you can see that after that, Q is scattered all in this direction, right? Which is in the direction of the wind, right? So in the direction, okay, of the wind, right? So very clearly, we know that Q is dispersed, okay, by wind. Is wind like pollinated? If you're talking about flower, yes, flower, they are pollinated either by wind or animals or insect, right? Okay, but this one is seed dispersal, so be careful. Don't get confused between seed dispersal and a flower pollination, all right? So if the question is asking you which of the following is likely to be fruit Q, so remember the fruit of Q is dispersed by wind, all right? So we're gonna look for the characteristics. Hopefully by now you know what characteristics to look for. Option 1 is dispersed by what? Okay, so if you see the fibrous husk, what is the function of the fibrous husk? They typically trap air, right? So it allows the fruit to float. So number 1 is actually dispersed by water. Okay, so it will not be the answer. Okay, option 2, if you see hair-like structure, is because they are very hair-like structure helps it to float in the air, correct? Float gets carried away by the wind. So probably they look very tiny, also tiny and lightweight. So number 2 is the characteristics for air dispersal, wind dispersal, right? Okay, but we look at the number 3 and number 4 also. Number 3, very clearly, once you see the pod-like structure, it will be the splitting or explosive action, right? So, okay, let me change it to red. Okay, pod-like structure is splitting, or some of y'all might prefer to call it the explosive, okay, action, right? So they have pod-like structure. Usually once they are ripe, they will become dry and hard, right? And then they also have this, it doesn't like show clearly in the diagram, but there's this line of weakness. Okay, so line of weakness, then they will split open. Like if you're familiar with the durian fruit, durian fruit also will have this line of weakness, right? That's why you see those people who are very skilled with opening the durian, they will always aim for that line, and then they will split it open. All right. So number 3 is splitting explosive is not what we want. Okay, number 4 is juicy, right? This looks like a papaya, right? So I hope you all like papaya. So personally, I don't really like papaya, but papaya is juicy. Right? Animals will take it and eat it. Right. Then after that, they will dispose the seeds. Okay, so this is like very tiny and small seeds, right? So they might swallow the seeds, and then later on they will like pass it out as feces, right? Okay, so number 4 is dispersed by animal. Okay, also not what you want. So clearly option 2 is the answer. I think you already figured out a very long time ago, but I'm just trying to go through like each and every option, right? So everyone can learn something out of it. Yes, good. Option 2 is the answer for sure. Okay, let's see. Any question? Why is 2021 both blue? Wait, 2021 both blue? Oh, okay. So this is supposed to be yellow. Okay, I didn't even notice that. Thanks for telling me. I thought I highlighted it yellow. Okay. Charlene is AI because too good in your studies. Happy Teachers. When is Teachers Day? I don't even remember. Okay. I know it's soon because some of my students gave me some very like a nice present. Okay, it doesn't matter what you give your teacher. I think it's the thought that counts. Right? Tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I'll be at home. Okay. Friday? Wait, but tomorrow is Thursday. Okay, yep. So hopefully on Teachers Day, y'all can appreciate your teacher. Give your teacher some small gift. I think usually give them a red pen that will do because teachers need a lot of red pen. It's Friday and not Thursday. Okay, good. Okay, so no question. I'm gonna slowly scroll to the next one, question 4. Okay. Thursday is school celebration. Okay, so y'all will like have a half day or something, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, let's go on to question number 4. Okay, question number 4, I think there are some error in this question, but regardless, okay, let's go through question number 4. Anyone of you can pick out what is the problem with question number 4 if you all downloaded the worksheet. Okay, which of the following diagram shows the correct processes in the life cycle of a flowering plant? Okay, looking through, okay, I'm going to zoom out a bit because there is option 4 in this question. Yes, XCX, world forever. I think there's something wrong with the arrows, but okay, we're gonna figure out what's wrong, right? So option number 1 shows the seed, okay, going to young plant, going to adult plant, and then after that, there's pollination, there's fertilization. Okay, so there's germination, pollination, fertilization, right? So these are the 3 processes that we are working for. Can scroll down a bit more, as in like this. Okay, hold on. So you all can see option 4, right? I'm trying to scroll up so that the ads doesn't block. Okay, I think this is good enough for you to see everything. Okay, yes, I think something is wrong with the arrow. Okay, the arrow should be going in this direction, right? Okay, hold on. I think the arrow, okay, all the 4 arrows seems to be in the wrong. So what is the correct arrow? Okay, so let me think. Okay, if we change the arrow, okay, I think, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna change all the arrow to the opposite direction because once we change the direction, then we will have an answer. Okay, but let me get my black pen first and let me change my white pen. Okay, I'm gonna erase the arrow. Okay, and then after that, I'm gonna change the arrow to, okay, this direction. Okay, you also change the arrow on your paper or worksheet. Okay, I think once we change the direction, we do have an answer, right? So x move forever. I think you figured out something. Okay, because now from the seed, if it goes out, right, it cannot be fertilization, right? So fertilization over here, something is wrong. Okay, germination, I think is still fine if seeds germinate. Okay, so fertilization, we're not gonna pick fertilization. Okay, so this is gonna be out, right? Ethan, you're from Woodland Galaxy, AGrader. I used to teach at the Admiralty, the Woodland Galaxy, but that was like 2 years ago. Okay, germination, I think is still fine, right? Seeds going out, germination is fine. Okay, so seeds germinate. Okay, sorry, seeds germinate, become a young plant. Okay, seeds germinate, become a young plant. Looks fine, right? There's no such question where you change the arrow. There's some error in the question, right? So in order for us to, we can also learn from where if the question has got problem, right? If you can spot a question with problem, I think actually you are at a level that is higher than the average already, because you can spot mistakes. So you got ring. Wait, what ring? Okay, let's finish up this question first, right? Okay, so young plant. Okay, so I think option 1 and 3, we can safely eliminate them already, right? You're teaching foundation or standard CS. Wait, foundation, I want to learn more about it. Okay, this is for standard, but even if you're in foundation, there will be things that you can learn, all right? Okay, so young plant, right? And then after that become an adult plant. Okay, it's fine. But the difference between 2 and 4 is over here, right? So over here, there's this process pollination. I don't think from young plant it will be pollinate to become adult plant. Okay, so this is like something is wrong over here. Okay, because pollination will only occur over here, right? The adult plant, because adult plant will produce flower, right? Adult plant will produce flower. The flower will first pollinate, right? So pollinate. Okay, then after that it will fertilize, right? So remember, fertilization is either by animal or by wind, right? Then after that, after fertilization, the flower will become a, okay, let me change the color, become a fruit. Okay, I don't want to use become a fruit. Okay, then the fruit will right, disperse the seeds. Okay. Right, so I think this question number 4 is the correct answer. Okay, I'm writing it above so you can see, because now it is like at the perfect position already. Okay, let me just see if you have any question about this, right? So remember to change the arrow, because the arrow a bit weird, like the seed cannot immediately become the adult plant, all right? Yeah, okay, there's something wrong with the arrow, so if you downloaded the worksheet, remember to just correct it. Okay, let's see. Not much question. Why are you asking me about my personal life? I'll prefer not to talk about my personal life in a TikTok live. Okay, but anyway, I think no question, right? Then we can slowly move on to the next question. Okay, next section, we're already in booklet B. Wait, the red person, okay, you got accepted into Anderson, right, primary school. Okay, I think it's through DSA, right? So what did you use to, like, what is your curiosity is good. Curiosity is definitely good. There's nothing wrong with being curious. I never learned yet. Okay, wait, never learned what? Okay, I'm a bit confused, sorry. Oh, this topic you haven't learned yet? As in, like, this topic, circulatory system, because this question 5 is circulatory system. Okay, not much question, right? Okay, so again, I'm just gonna run like a short 1 minute ad. Okay, So remember, if you're P6 and next week you got nothing much to do and you want to kill some time, okay, you can attend our PSLE online booster program. All right, so science is going to be hosted by teacher Jody. Mathematics is going to be hosted by teacher Felicia. And then, yes, Capybara, shameless S again. English is going to be hosted by teacher Arena, right? So if you want some last minute boost, okay, remember to sign up now, okay, or rest in peace. Okay, or you can of course stay at home and work hard and grind your questions. But the problem is, if you grind questions at home, but nobody's there to help you explain, right? So if you attend the online webinar, right, then the teacher will be there to explain. Then you can kind of learn from the best, right? Okay, let's get started with question number 5, right? Because Vion, right, cannot wait already. Vion is answering the question. What is the fee? Okay, you can go to the AGrader website, and then the AGrader website will show you the fee. I don't remember what is the fee, but I remember it's not that expensive. Is that a break? This is just a 1-hour session, Apple. I mean, you mean, oh wait, are you asking like during the booster? Yes, there are breaks during the booster. It costs $150 something per day. But there's only 1 day. The lesson is only 1 day. It's not like 10 days or 7 days. Okay, so now the online lesson is only gonna be in 1 day, but it's gonna be quite a long day for you. I think it's about from 9 to 5. It used to be in 2 days, but like I would prefer to get it over and done with within 1 day. All right. For each topic, I think, of course, if you sign up for more subject, right? Let's say you sign up for all 3, then times 3, right? Okay, let's continue with question number 5. Hagrid from like the Harry Potter, right? Hagrid, you see that big sized guy from Harry Potter. Okay, anyway, Hagrid had a mass dance with his classmate during PE lesson. Table below shows a change in Hagrid's heart rate while dancing. Okay, so this one is heart rate. So duration, as the duration increase, you can definitely see some trend, right? As the duration, okay, increase, then you can see that the number of heartbeats, okay, per minute is also increasing, right? Which makes a lot of sense, right? Because like dancing is a very vigorous activity, right? So you will need more energy, and then when you need more energy, who is measuring their heart rate? We never ask. Maybe they have one of those smartwatch. You know, nowadays there's a lot of like smartwatch that measures your heart rate as you are exercising. You just need a simple one. Who is dancing during the that is a good question, but who knows, you know? Maybe they are like modern PE, so they do K-pop dance during their PE lesson. Okay, so based on the table above, state the relationship, okay, between the duration of the dance and the number of heartbeat. Okay, so in this case, okay, I think just now someone mentioned something. Was it a Vion or Apple user? So sometimes my class dance during that. You see, Capybara, right? Apple user they do dance during their PE, so it's not something new. I think teachers are also trying to even Livia also, yes, Livia also dance for the PE. I think dancing is a good way to exercise. Is this really a scientific question? I mean, it is a science question. Duck, I don't know how scientific you actually want it to be. Okay, so random peanuts. Let's settle this question A first, right? Relationship question is always asking you like, how does one variable affect the other? So as you dance longer, right, as the time increase, okay, we already figured it out over here, right? So the number of heartbeat rate will also increase, all right? So in this case, for question for part A is pretty simple, right? As the duration okay of the dance increases, Okay, then what will happen to the number of heartbeat, right? So the number increase. Yes. Okay, beyond. Yes. Oh, okay. You're not Livia. You're Athena. Okay, I'll try to remember. Okay. I always say I try to remember the number of but I am getting old, so memory is not one of my best attribute now. Number of heartbeats, okay, per minute also increases. Okay. Okay, increase, right? So if during your PSLE you see the relationship question, right, you should be like very happy already because usually relationship questions are quite easy. So you should grab the marks, okay? But they will always try to change the question. Nowadays during PSLE, they will say things like, what is the effect of like time, right, on the number of heartbeat rate? Okay, can I say the duration of the dance increases the number of heartbeat per minute increase? Apple user, yes, you can say that for sure. Okay, as the duration increase, then the number of heartbeat rate increase. I want to type 5B answer, but my answer too long, cannot send. Writing a compo, oh yeah, 5B because I need to explain, right? So the answer will definitely be long. So you can put as some as dot 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 the something increase, decrease, the blah 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 blah. Yes, XCX. Okay, usually relationship is when something increase or decrease, then the other will also increase, decrease. Oh, but the other thing, like the measured variable, can also be like no change, can also remain a constant. Okay. To all parts of the body. Okay. I think we better go on to part B because Vion is getting impatient. Like, can't wait to answer part B. Okay. Explain your answer in part B, right? So, explain your answer in part A. So they want you to explain the relationship, right? Explain the relation. Okay, ship. All right. So we know that dancing is definitely like a strenuous activity, right? Activity. Okay, so you will need to use a lot of energy, right? So the longer you dance, then your body need more energy, and when your body need more energy, they will increase the rate of respiration, right? So when your rate of respiration increases, then your heart need to pump faster, so as to deliver all the blood that is rich in oxygen, okay, rich in digested food to all parts of the body. Okay, I want to answer. I already mastered this type of question. Yes, it's good that you already mastered this kind of question. Okay, then you will also do well for your science. Okay, looks like Janine has a friend stalking her. Okay, so let us start the explanation by saying that during exercise, right? What do we need? So during exercise, I hope you all can see. Okay, I scroll up a bit more. Okay, during exercise, the body, right, is going to need more energy. Yes, this is for P5, but of course, if you're taking your PSLE, you can also revise, right? Because all this will also be tested. Okay, the body is gonna need more energy because in P5 you already did your body system, right? Circulatory system, respiratory system. Okay, so what's gonna happen is the heart rate, okay, increases. Okay, so remember you're supposed to explain part A, and in part A you said that the heart rate increases, correct? Give your exam grades a boost in 2025 with our TikTok live session. Love our teachers. Love our teachers teaching what? Barbaric boon. Okay, so the heart rate increases to pump. Okay, so this is one of my favorite phrase, right? A pump blood that is rich in oxygen. Okay, and remember, okay, my handwriting is terrible, but oxygen, okay, and digested food. Okay, to the muscles, right? Okay, faster. So at this point, if you want to write to increase the rate of respiration, you can. Okay, if you don't want to write too much, okay, we can shorten it a bit by saying that, okay, but continue on to talk about, okay, at the same time, you want to remove, right? Okay, so you want to remove a carbon. Oh, octopus, you're here. My handwriting is okay. Thanks. Okay, more carbon dioxide. Okay, and also waste substances, right? Okay, and waste. Sorry, there's an airplane that is flying by, so I'm gonna mute for a while. Okay, yes, yes, because Faith, I wasn't talking because just now there's an airplane flying by, right? Wait, Vion, I saw your question. You were asking me, do you have to write increase respiration, right? It is not necessary, but you can include it if you want to improve your answer. Like just now I was saying over here, right? Need actually once you say need more energy, that represents you need to increase, right? Okay, let me just write a note. Need to increase, okay, respiration already. Okay, or let's put it this way, because in P5, the P5s, y'all haven't learned respiration yet. Okay, respiration and photosynthesis is actually done in P6 now. Okay, so those who have those who are in P6, okay, you'll be better to write, okay, or I should say you must write increased respiration. Okay, but in P5, don't need, especially if you have not gone through the topic of respiration and photosynthesis. Yes, cells also are removed, right? We used to don't say muscle. We used to say cells in all parts of the body, right? Okay, so heart rate increases to pump, okay, blood rich in oxygen. So this is one of the, oh no, okay, my favorite phrase. Okay, blood rich in oxygen and digest the food, right, to the muscles faster. Okay, to increase the rate of respiration. So this is the part where if you want to talk about respiration, you can. Okay, then at the same time, remember to talk about removing waste. Right, so over here, you can also carbon dioxide and waste materials, they are removed. Right, so that's why your heart will need to pump faster. Right, that's why the heart rate increases. Happy Teachers Day, yes. Happy Teachers Day to all the teachers. Hopefully, you all will appreciate what your teacher is doing for all of y'all. It's not easy to be a teacher, but which is the reason why like I always like to roast my students to make my life more like less miserable. Why are these MCQs and open-ended question easy? It's easier than because this is P5, Charlie. It's not P6. Question. Okay, cool. You like roasting. My teacher's day present for my teacher is my homework. Okay, if I receive homework from my students, actually, I'm quite happy. It means that they are working hard, right? They are working hard. I'm happy. Okay, so let us finish up part C. Okay, then we can move on to the next question. Okay, so part C suggests what you can see, right? Okay, suggest what Harry could do to obtain reliable result. Okay, so this is like a very standard question already. Okay, so to obtain reliable result, we always repeat the experiment 2 more times or 3 more times and then take the average result. Okay, so he can repeat his experiment he can repeat this experiment 3 more times, and then it is good to say, okay, and obtain the, okay, obtain. Okay, obtain the average, okay, results. All right. Okay, must write three or say many times. We usually don't say many times. We give a fixed number. So either two more times or three more times. We don't say many times because that doesn't make sense. Lah. Okay, this question is fixed. Yeah, this question is like, again, once you see reliability question, you should be smiling already because it's 3 marks, correct? Okay, no question, right? I think you should be good. Okay, we move on to the next question, question 6. As long as more than one time, I wouldn't say more than one time. Usually we don't say more than one time. We usually use either 2 time or 3 time. You never copy XCX, but you should know how to answer. Okay, you should know how to answer. Okay, okay, scroll up quickly. Okay. Oh, I mean any number more than one, sorry. Okay, yeah, usually the standard is 2 or 3 times. Okay, we don't say you, if you write 4 times, I don't know if you will get penalized or not. Okay? Repeat 4 times. I wouldn't penalize that lah because the student shows that they know how to get reliable result. Okay, but don't say repeat many times because like what you're gonna do the experiment 1,000 times or 1,000,000 times, right? Okay, usually I go with 3. All right, so you'll just follow one standard answer and then just continue with that. Should be fine. All right, 100 times no, 100 times I will I will mark wrong. Okay. Yana Yen, yes, this is science. Okay, let's go through question 6. You can see question 6, right? Okay, good. Let's move on to question 6. Okay, Alvin has 3 mango trees. Okay, mango is one of my favorite fruit. Okay, ABC in his, okay, so the fruit from different trees, they have different characteristics as shown in the diagram below. Okay, looking at the size is really different, right? So the flesh, the seed, okay, so fruit A is a thin, sour, and fibrous flesh. Okay, usually you don't want sourish fruit, right? So if it's sour, it's not gonna be good. Okay, you also don't want it to be thin, right? Preferably you want it to be thick. Okay, so fibrous flesh is also something that you probably don't want. Okay, sorry, there's an airplane flying by again. Why I don't like papaya? Papaya is not that sweet, and also very troublesome. Okay, why does the airplane like last so many months? Okay, then the last thing to look out for is the size of the seed. You also definitely want small seed. Okay, you don't want large seed because larger seed means lesser flesh. All right. So okay, for part A, based on the characteristics of the fruit, okay, suggest and explain. Okay, based on the characteristics of the fruit, suggest and explain which fruit ABC will be most likely dispersed first. Okay, so if you are an animal, so which fruit will you pick most likely, right? I probably will pick the one that is thick, sweet. Okay, fibrous or not, I think doesn't matter. The large seed or not, I think also doesn't matter, right? So I'll probably pick B. I don't think you will like sour fruit. Anyone of you like sour fruit? Actually, I kind of like sour stuff, but but if given a choice, I will still pick the sweet one. All right. Okay, so you definitely want a thick and sweet, right? So probably you will pick fruit B. All right. But do we need to explain? Okay, we need to explain. So let's write down fruit B first. Okay, which fruit ABC? Okay, I'm gonna pick fruit B. Then the explanation is very easy, right? Because it's thick and sweet, right? Which will attract animals to eat the fruit and disperse the seed. Okay, so the fruit, okay, is thick, okay, and sweet. Okay, so which will attract animals to eat it and disperse the seeds. Okay. Okay, mango only has a single seed. Okay, I need to drink some water. Okay, any question? I think no question, right? Very easy. Part A. I'm sure we all will choose a fruit B. Okay, let's go on to B, part B. Okay, Alvin wants to grow a mango tree which produces fruit that is thick, sweet, and non-fibrous flesh, which have small seeds, right? Okay, what can he do to obtain fruits with these desired characteristics using the mango tree that he has? Okay, and then explain your answer. All right. So eat and disperse the seed. Wait, does anybody know this answer? Okay. Okay, but because this question is, I think, a bit more different, right? So looking at the characteristics, right, I think what Alvin wants is he wants the best of everything, right? So what is the best, right? You want it to be thick for sure. Okay, you want it to be sweet. All right, he wants it to be non-fibrous. Okay, there's only one fruit that is non-fibrous, that is C. He wants it to be small seed. Okay, small seed is this, right? And small seed is this, right? So looking at the one that I boxed up, okay, you definitely want to try and get the best of this B and C, correct? So what you can do is you can cross-pollinate their flower, okay, so that fertilization can occur and then their characteristics can mix together. Okay, so hopefully you will be able to get the best of both of these fruit tree. Yes, cross-pollination, right? So dirty matcha, right? Is that clean matcha? Okay, so let us answer this part B, right? So, okay, the first thing we need to talk about is using the mango tree, right? So we're gonna use B and C, right? Okay, we're not gonna use A. So what he can do is he can cross, okay, pollinate their flowers. Okay, so that fertilization, okay, between the reproductive cells, right? This is on reproduction. Okay, of B and C. Okay, will. So this one is on heredity, right? So hopefully they will pass the good characteristics to the new plant. Okay, so B and C will pass the characteristics, okay, to the fruit. Okay, so the key idea is cross-pollinate, right? But remember to mention about fertilization, right? So the male reproductive cell and the female reproductive cell, right, must fertilize, right? And then after that, their reproductive cells will pass the characteristics, okay, to the new fruit. Marker your P4. A bit too early, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna do you good also to listen through this. Okay, because y'all learn about. Okay, y'all don't learn about reproduction, but okay, just now we were going through circulatory system. Y'all learn about body system, right? Must say which reproductive cell. Okay, if you want to be more specific, you can talk about the male reproductive cell and the female reproductive cell, right? Okay, any more question? Okay, looks like no. I'm gonna move on to the next question, right? Question 7. need to say which characteristics beyond. You don't need to say which characteristics because the question already mentioned what are the characteristics that you want or the person wants or Alvin wants. So don't need to repeat again in your answer because it's like we understood what are the characteristics that's wanted. Q5 not done, Apple. We don't have much time left. So when does this live end? It will end at 8, which is in 6 minutes time. Okay, I'm gonna scroll up to B, right? Okay, so just now, Bjorn, you were asking, right? So past the characteristics, I think don't need to talk about it because the characteristics is already stated clearly over here. Okay, you want thick, sweet, non-fibrous, and small seed. Okay, so if you repeat again, then it's kind of like extra. Although it's not gonna cause you to lose marks, but you just write a bit longer lah. Not a problem, but if you don't write it, it's also fine. Okay, waiting for everyone to be done. Okay, while you're copying, I'm gonna run some ads. No, I'm not gonna run some ads. If I run the ad, then okay, y'all cannot see the question already. Done, Faith. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to question 7. Question 7 is asking you state what digestion is. Okay, I hope you all know how to state digestion, right? So digestion is basically the process which food is broken down into simpler substance, right? So remember to use the word a simpler substance. Okay, digestion, okay, is the process. Any science question that asks you about about like what is fertilization, what is pollination, you can always start with this, right? Whatever is the process, okay, it's the process. In this case, digestion. It's a process in which, okay, food is eaten, cannot smaller pieces. Okay, smaller pieces is only your mouth, right? So food is broken down. Okay, into small, okay, not smaller, okay, simpler substance, okay, simpler, okay, substances. Okay, unless Eden, they are asking you about the function of your teeth, right? So the teeth will break down the food into smaller substances or smaller pieces. Okay, but if they are talking about the overall digestive system, then you got to say it will break down into simpler substance. All right, so remember this. A lot of students at P5 level will make this kind of mistake. Okay, let's continue with the question, right? The graph below shows the amount of undigested food in different organs, right, in the digestive system. Okay, hopefully you are already familiar with your digestive system, right? And then when you look at the diagram, right, something is wrong, not wrong, okay, something should, like, is a good indication of, okay, I want to, like, draw it on top. Okay, so this is kind of like a good indication of, like, no digestion, right? Okay, let me write no, okay, digestion, right? So if this is the mouth, right? So wait, what answer? Sorry, Charlene, I did not see. Oh no, okay, my mouse scrolls a bit, like, very fast. Okay. Okay, I couldn't see your answer. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna just continue. Okay, so amount of undigested food, right? No digestion. So if this is the mouth, I think very naturally you will think that the part C is the gullet already, right? Anyway, you need to figure out what is the gullet and small intestine over here, right? So I am gonna think, I'm gonna infer that this is the gullet. Okay, so no digestion, right? Okay, then after that, yes, I'll try to be fast. Okay, and then after that, it should go to the next, right? So the next one should be here, right? Because it shouldn't jump to B, because after the gullet will be your stomach, right? Okay, and then after the stomach, right, it should go to the small intestine. So I would think that because the number, also not the number, the amount of undigested food, right, should decrease. Okay. So I will think this is the small. I'm just gonna write a small intestine. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna write everything in intestine. All right. Okay, so write the letters A, B, or C in the table below. Okay, I need to scroll up a bit. Okay, write the letters A, B, C in the table below to match the parts in the digestive system. Okay, but you need to explain the reason why. Okay, we already know that gullet is C. Small intestine is probably going to be B, right? So the explanation, remember to explain using okay, wait, can you copy and paste again? Charlene, I missed out your answer again. Okay, you don't need to use esophagus. Esophagus is more for secondary school. You can use esophagus, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, I'm going to write down the function, right? So, sorry, the reason. The reason is because, right, it has, okay, the same, okay, amount, okay, of undigested food, okay, as the mouth, right? Okay, so okay, okay, showing that no digestion took place. Okay, then for small intestine, okay, also very easy. We are gonna say that okay, it has the right. We can see that it has the least, right? Least amount here. Okay, so it has the least amount of undigested food. Okay, so which also suggests that the digested food. Okay, hold on. Let me just write finish first before I try to look through the message. Okay, which suggests that digested food is absorbed okay into the bloodstream. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it here. Okay, Mia, this is the last question already. So it's gonna end once I sort out like if y'all don't have any more question and you are happy with the the answers. Stop copying the first part. Wait, what? Stop copying the first part. What first part? Okay, you'll need me to scroll down. This is P5 science, Coco, but this is really the last question. So, okay, I zoom in a bit so that you can see. Okay, let me try to read through the question. Gullet don't have digestive juice. Yes, gullet don't have digestive juice. Okay, so you need to know that no digestion occurs in the gullet and the large intestine. Yes, digestion finish or ends in the small intestine. It has the least amount of undigested food. Okay, did I say undigested food? Yep. This part is copied. Okay, I mean, wait, sorry, Charlie, you, I keep missing your answer because you keep saying this answer can, but I scroll up, I don't see any answer from you. Where's the answer? Wait, what answer? Wait, what do you mean by you don't see any answer to? Am I missing out on something? Okay, C can be it has no digestive juice like the mouth. So that means it is same as the mouth. Okay, wait, Jin Shiro Gaming. Okay, you cannot say it has no digestive juice because the diagram doesn't suggest that it has no digestive juice. Okay, so you need to explain you are explaining why you choose C, and the only reason why you choose C is based on the graph, right? So you need to use the graph to explain and not use your science concept to explain. Okay, so be careful. She did not say any answer. Wait, why is she asking? Oh, are you asking me is this answer okay? Hey, Charlie, I get confused. Okay, I think this answer is okay. Wait, it is here? Am I missing out on something? Or like am I not seeing something because like it's the 7th month? Then like okay, right. So any more question before we call it a night? We can share answer during PSLE. Please don't share answer during PSLE. That's copying, right? Okay. If not, I will see you in 2 weeks' time. But by that time, I'm not so sure is PSLE over already or not. So, if it is over, right, I think this is a good chance for me to like tell you good luck for your PSLE, right? You are only left with 2-3 more weeks, so remember to work hard. Okay. For those who are taking PSLE, good luck. So remember, right, it doesn't matter what is your grade. What matters is you work hard. As long as you work hard, then be happy about your result. PSLE is not over, yes, but I'm not sure in my next life the PSLE is over already or not. Still a month. Yes, about a month. Oh, that means yes, probably I will still see you before your PSLE. But anyway, yeah, next week is the holiday lah. So work hard and catch up on some work. Okay, prelim is already over. I think you should be very clear about what you need to work on. Okay, don't just keep drilling and drilling and drilling. Remember to focus on what you need to do to improve. Okay, bye Athena, right? I hope I got that correct. Okay, and also yes, I'll see you in 2 weeks time. Okay, bye bye. Wait, how do I end the live? Okay, bye.